today we have a Play-Doh Playful Pies set. Hello everybody, this is an exciting one today. We have a Play-Doh Playful Pies set. We're going to be baking up some pies, making different combinations of different fruit fillings. Turn it on over, open up the flap, and see what we got going on inside of this box. Okay, right away I'm seeing, ooh, we've got a bunch of different colors. Here we go, we've cracked in, we've got our blue, which I'm thinking is gonna be a nice maybe berry option. Got our brown for the crust, white for some cream, or maybe even serving it with some ice cream. We got some red for some cherry pie, which is my absolute fave. A nice little serving spatula. Oh my gosh, look at this. We've got an extruder, which is great because we might need that for different swirlings of the cream on top. But this, we've got a basket that not only has a basket, but has molds underneath, which is gonna come in handy when we need to create the shapes for the fruit filling. Got a lovely little serving plate. Oh wait, it's actually a pie plate, I should say. Not just any plate, it's a pie plate. And then we have a nice little personal sized plate when you give somebody a slice, rolling pin, and a beautiful fork as well. So, based on what I'm seeing on our box here, we can obviously turn it over to get even more ideas. It looks like a nice option in the beginning, which also is great when berries are in season, is to do like a berry pie, like a cherry pie. And I think that's what we're gonna end up doing. So to start with that, that's kind of a nice starter because when you make the filling for that, we can just create a bunch of little circles, little spheres of red. So take a good chunk and pull out little bits that we're just gonna end up shaping up in between our two hands. We're gonna need quite a bit, so I'm gonna probably pull more from the jar in a second, but we'll just make these, set them aside. They won't end up there, they'll be between our crust. When you're cooking up, I mean, this is honestly a great one to do with your friends too, because as you have to make all these little things for the filling, y'all can get your hands dirty, except not dirty at all because it's Play-Doh, and just start making them. Molding, shaping. I'm a big fan of pie in general. Whether it's like warm out, you could just have it kind of room temperature or cold. You could, and you can even play with that when you're making it in the set, is depending on if it's hot out and you're playing with your friends, you could say, oh, we're just gonna have these cold, or if it's in winter time, pretend like you're cooking them up, heating them up, and then serving them with a little bit of ice cream. And then we're just gonna, while we're on the train of making the cherry filling, we're gonna make some more. Okay, beautiful. So we have our cherries ready to go. Again, shifting them to the side because now a fun part, and for people who have actually made real life pies that I know of, they say the crust, the most important part. And even in our playful Play-Doh pies, it's gonna be the most important part. We're gonna take a chunk of this like light brown, and we're gonna start kind of molding it and spreading it to the shape that we want it, to create the bottom layer of crust. Because you can kind of see that there is this bottom layer in their example on the box. So here we go. We're creating that bottom layer, beautiful. And then we're also gonna try to bring it up a little bit on the sides. Doesn't have to be too fancy, too perfect, just cover the bottom. We're gonna start popping in our cherries. Whoever you give a slice to, they're gonna love it. So we have basically 2/3 of our pie made. But now We get to use our handy dandy rolling tool. And then we're gonna start making our crisscross crust topping. What we're gonna do, you just kind of roll out to a large surface our brown Play-Doh. And we're gonna do this a few different times because we can use the edge of our spatula here to create some of these strips that are gonna go across the top of our pie. Cut it away, kind of lift it up, and then little by little, patiently, pull it on up. We can always take the excess away. And start bringing it across. So that's one strip, and then we're just gonna kind of repeat the process. And I'll try to make it long enough that it can reach across our pie plate. Let's see how we do. Here we go. Going for our strip. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna go across here and kind of let it reach the end, but take away any extra that might be there. Beautiful. So we've got our pieces going across each other on the top. But to seal it up, folks, we're gonna get the last bit of our brown, pull it on out of the tube, and create like a nice ring around the edge and press it down so that when we cut a slice, it's gonna have a way to come out nice and sealed up, or at least that's the plan. Okay, so we have our last bit of brown crust, and have a nice big work surface. Make some room if you need some room. I'm just gonna roll it out. Roll it out so it can reach all the way around the circular edge of the pie plate. And what will be fun is when you and your friends, or maybe your figurines or your dolls, eat this pie and see how it goes. Okay, so I'm just placing it where I want it, and then we're gonna press it down so it actually kind of gives like a sealing effect. When I say sealing, it just kind of closes up all the edges and will make this look a little bit more polished. You can use your thumb, kind of take it around the edge and press down, just like so. Use your finger to kind of lean into the design on the edge of the plate. Okay, so here's the moment of truth. We're gonna pull our different tools down to the side and get ready to serve this up on a plate. So this has like a pointy edge so it can double as a knife. We're gonna just kind of go from the center, kind of dig in a bit, bring our way out to the edge, and you're kind of just giving a little poke, 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 just to kind of make it easier when you want to pull the slice out. Poke, poke, poke. You don't necessarily want to drag it. So we've poked our lines and kind of created the slice itself. And now is the part where we bring it out of the pie plate and onto the plate. So, gently so, just kind of make sure your crust is separated. And gorgeous. Yes, we've got a slice. Okay. So we can see our filling from the side. I think it's even better look on this side. And honestly, we can rest our spatula right there. We've got a juicy slice of pie. For final fun topping, we cannot forget about the whipped cream. So we're gonna crack into our white Play-Doh here. Get out enough of a chunk of Play-Doh that can fit into the center of this extruder tool. It's a 2-piece tool. It has a little stencil at the bottom that creates the special shape as the whipped cream comes out. We're gonna fill it in the center here. Take this white piece, and once we start pressing on the white piece, it's gonna start coming out. So we're gonna just gently push, and you start seeing the whipped cream come out. And that way, we can give it a good swirl And if you need to kind of like position it, that's why it's great that it's Play-Doh. Get a little bit more. Give it a little tug. Place it down. Oh my gosh. Looks good enough to eat, but I remind myself that I cannot eat it. May I introduce you to our lovely guests? I like to call this young lady Belinda. We've got Mary. And we've got Isabel. I mean, the whole crew is here, and I think they both are gonna, not both, all three, they wanna dive into this pie for sure. So I think we're gonna give Isabel a little taste of the crust. She told me just a moment ago that she loves the crust. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna feed it to her. Oh, she thinks it's delicious. We got a vote of approval, 5-star rating. Okay, Mary, what do we think? We might give her a little bit of whipped cream, crust, and cherry. You know what? She's getting the whole kit and caboodle. Here you go, Mary. She's flabbergasted. It's delicious. Okay, and here we go. We've got our last lovely lady ready to taste test the pie. Oh, she says it's a 10 out of 10. Delicious. I think I should leave them to kind of finish up, enjoy the rest of the pie. They're having a ball with it already. And yeah, folks, thank you so much for playing with us today, for enjoying the pie and making the whipped cream, seeing the ladies that came by for the taste test. Gonna let them be. But again, thanks for watching. Hope you guys subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notifications. We'll be back soon with another video. And until then, get cooking and enjoy.